Hello designers and creatives, welcome back to my space. My name is Son of Man and this is Create Videos in Pixel on YouTube. On today's video, I'm going to show you how to design this Samsung Max logo using PixelLab. So this is what we're going to be covering in this tutorial. So this is a logo that I saw on my tab and I decided to replicate it in this tutorial. So you can see there, and then this is what you're going to be covering in this tutorial. In case this is your first time viewing our channel, please don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel, turn on notification to stay updated anytime we drop a new videos like this. So first of all, let's analyze this logo before we proceed. And if you look at this logo, there's something you'll find unique about this logo. It looks like a ribbon or a rope, right? And then that creates a hole when you wind it round. So if you pick a ribbon and then wind it round, it creates a kind of loop, a circular shape around it as you are doing it. So this is what this logo look like. And then by me looking at this is just a plain image, but what makes it look a three-dimensional view is because of shadow. I remember I was discussing with my friend some time ago and I told him the power of shadow when you are trying to create a three-dimensional object or shapes. Okay, and then on this particular tutorial we're going to be creating a vector that is going to reflect the use of shadows. Now if you are looking at a plain surface, okay, if you are looking at, let me just remove one of them. Okay, if you are looking at this, it's only showing you two dimensions. It's going to show you, sorry if I'm bringing mathematics into this, so you're going to show you the x and the y, right? So but if you are going to bring back the second part of the vector, is going to create a shadow behind the one that we have at the front. So now let's see how we can vectorize this logo. The reason why I want to touch it is because if you want to create a three-dimensional object or logos, you must keep in mind that shadow has to play a very big role in the whole manipulation. So that's why I want to bring in this thought into this. Okay, now let's go straight into the vectorization aspect. So the vectorization aspect of this logo is going to take us into another part. Now we are going to divide our vectorization into the two parts, right? So we are going to create one like this and then create another one like this. So we are going to create the vectors that are at the front, and then later we are going to create the one at the back. So we're going to see how both of these vectors are going to merge up and give us this at the end of this. So let's dive into the vectorization aspect. So now first of all, I need to remove the one that I have already vectorized since we are creating a new vector from scratch. Now I'm going to go back and bring back my sketch. Don't forget that immediately before you start vectorizing the logo, first of all, you need to create a sketch. Okay, I'm planning to organize a class where I'm going to teach people how to create logos from scratch, sketching process, and then the vectorization aspect. So but I hope this is going to come by the end of next month. So I'm preparing the class for the future. In case you are interested in the class, please do drop in the comment box and let me know, so I'll put you on budget. Thank you. So now let's proceed. I'm going to first of all import my sketch into my PixelLab, and then this is the first thing to do. So I'm going to make sure my sketch is selected. So I have already worked on this. I'm not going to be altering it again. So I'm going to go to my grade lines, right? So I've told you all the time that your grades is very important when it comes to PixelLab logo vectorization with Pixar. So I'm going to make sure that my sketch is selected and my grade line is highlighted. Okay, so but in case you are still finding it difficult to understand how a grade line works, you can check out the description of this video. I drop a link of how to make a grid line selection on the description of this video, and then you can get from there and get started and learn how to make a grid line selection. It's very powerful video. You will need to watch it. So now let's proceed. Now I'm going to go, since my sketch is already selected, I'm going to make sure that my shape tool is selected as well. I'm going to go to my opacity and reduce it the more. Okay, the reason why I'm doing this is so that when I pick my brazier points, the lines for my brazier will be able to show very clearly on top of this image. So now after this, I will make sure that my sketch is locked, and then I'm going to tap on my screen once, and after that I'm going to see my brazier will appear here and other tools here. So I'm going to tap on my brazier and then click on transformation and then click on close loop. So these are the two options I'm going to select now. So after this, I'm going to go down here and then reduce my stroke to around 2, right? And then here I'm going to make sure I start my vectorization from here. But before you proceed into your vectorization, make sure that your magnet is selected, right? I've already said this all the time, and then people that watch my video and follow my tutorials, I believe by now these things will not be difficult for you. So now I will just drag my brazier point. So this is what I call a brazier point. So this is what I call a brazier point. So you can add as much as you need, but when you close your loop, you're going to have only 2. So now you are going to drag this point until it gets magnetized with the bind closing. So now I'm going to start the vectorization. Just follow me and see what I'm going to do. I'm going to vectorize the ones behind. Then after that, I'm going to vectorize the ones at the front. So just follow me and see how I work on this now. So gentlemen and ladies, after this now, I'm going to go here and reduce my stroke. Reduce my stroke to 0. And then after that, I'm going to go to my gradient, since they actually use a gradient in the color. So the gradient I'm going to be picking for the ones are behind it is the one that is going to create a shadow. So I'm going to click on this gradient. So I'm going to show you the color code I use for the gradient, so in case you want to use it as well. So this is the gradient I'm going to be using. So I'm going to tap on this here to show you the color code that I use. So but this, I'm going to position it the way that vector was slanting. So this way, I'm going to select the first color. So this is the color code in case you want to copy it. So you can copy it and type it into your PixelLab by clicking on this and then put it here. So just type it here at the top here and then click OK. That's all you need to do. So for the second part of the color, so we are going to have this at the top here. So this is the color code. So after this, you're going to tap OK and then click OK. So now we have it. So after this now, so the next thing we need to do is to create the second part of the vector, which is the one here. Okay, we have here. So but instead of closing my brazier before I create another one, I'm going to go here to the top, and I've discussed this in one of my video tutorials before. So I'm going to click on copy to make a copy of the vector which I've created. Now we have 2 copies of it. Now here I'm going to go and then click on my positioning, right? So now I can drag it and place it somewhere here, right? So let's keep it here. So now I'm going to go back and click on my transformation. Then I'm going to start transforming my object. So just follow me and see how I work this out now. So after this, I've successfully created the 2 vectors that are supposed to appear behind it. So after this, now I'm going to go and check OK. So that is very easy, right? So after this, I'm going to make sure I lock it, and then I can just do one more last thing for me for this part. I'm going to reduce opacity so that I can see the other vector I want to create behind it. So after this, I'm going to check OK. So now I'm going to tap on my screen once after locking my vector. So I'm going to pick my brazier again, close my loop and click on my transformation, reduce my stroke to 2, and then start vectorizing the second part. So just follow me and see how this works out. So after this, I'm going to go here and then reduce my stroke to 0. And then here, I'm going to go to the gradient again. I'm going to pick the second gradient, which is this, right? So I'm going, you see, you are going to still position your gradient in the way that your vector aligns or flows. So it actually flows in this angle. So I'm going to position my light or my colors or gradient to flow in the same direction of my vector. So after this, I'm going to click OK. Now we have it. So now I'm going to go here and click on my copy to make a copy of it, click on my positioning and drag it to this point, since both of them actually have the same color code. So here I'm going to click on my transformation again and then start transforming this part. So this, I'm going to click again, I'm going to click on the copy again to make a copy of it the third time, and then I'm going to click on my position and drag it to this point. Here I'm going to click on my transformation. I'm going to make sure I select one of the points, and I'm going to go to this and then click on this icon here to remove the point. So because I actually need 3 points for this part of the vector, so I'm going to drag it and then till it hits this part, and then I'm going to reduce this, and then just follow me and see how I work on this now. So after this now, I think we are done, but I'm going to do one more last time. I'm going to go here and then I'm going to reduce this until it gets to this point. I think we are done here. Then I'm going to click and tap OK. Here I have my 2 vectors already, and it's very simple and easiest to do. And I think this vector that we created today is the easiest vector you can create that we have created so far using PixelLab. So I have created a couple of vectors, but I think this is the easiest. So here I'm going to go back here and then make sure I log this first, and then click on this. I'm going to go back and then bring back the opacity to its 100%. Now I'm going to go here and then click on this. Then now I can group them together as one object. So like this, we have gotten our vectors, and it's very easy now. So let's compare and contrast. I think we have done a great job. Let's see if what we do is actually worth it. So here I have my sketch, okay, and then let me just readjust it. So you compare and contrast what you see. I think we have done it. I think because we have done a great job here. So thank you guys, and then if this video helped, please don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification to stay updated anytime we drop a new video like this. And then I promise you to keep dropping a video like this that will help you boost your creativity skills on logo designs. And then thank you for sticking with me, and thank you for being my subscribers. Don't forget to share, like, comment, and share this video to others that might want to watch and learn from us as well. See you on my next video. My name is still Son of Man. Goodbye from here. Namaste.